Sorry? Read first? Okay, we'll have some, all right, that's good, I'm glad you reminded me. Sometimes I move too fast. Why don't we have someone in the class then read this out loud? So, Nath, would you read it, please?
Sorry, teacher.
Would you?
Today, I'm really headache. I'm really sick.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Nath. I'm very sorry. Okay, so would you please read it? Would you read it, please?
Yes. Some of the other students in my ESL class are very happy here in the United States because they don't have friends. I know it isn't easy, but they should try harder. I've been living here for a year and a half. And I've learned a lot about relationships with Americans. First, Americans who are interested in other cultures are friendly to foreign students. It's a good idea to spend time with such people. Try folk dance clubs, international student groups, and so on. Second, it's important to be positive. Don't tell a new American friend your government is terrible. Americans are impolite. Your customs are wrong. Third, be open to new ideas. Customs aren't right or wrong, just different.
Okay, so this is another student from another country living in the United States, and he says it's difficult to make friends, but you've got to try, you have to try harder. What are some of the things that he suggests people do? What are his suggestions to other foreign students? He says, right, they should try harder. Now remember the first fellow said that Americans seem to hate foreigners. This fellow, I'm assuming it's a male, and the second one doesn't say that. Can anyone just volunteer anything he's telling people?
Don't do the third choice.
To be open to new ideas.
Be open to new ideas. Right. He mentions things not to say to Americans.
Yeah.
What does he say you shouldn't say?
He said, your government is terrible.
Right.
And Americans are impolite. And your customs are wrong.
Right, so he's saying that's not the way, that's not what you should say to Americans. What does he suggest that other people do in order to meet people and have friends? What is it, porn? What is some of his suggestions?
I folk dance club.
All right, he's saying go to a folk dance club. What else?
International student group.
Right, international student groups, like they have clubs to join. Okay. What does he mean when he says Third, be open to new ideas. Customs aren't right or wrong, just different. Just different.
Just you see the teacher, that's okay. And let me laugh.
What did Ross say?
Oh, we came here to see you only.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Okay.
Mà hiện ra đó là chặt mà lời.
Plus, I want to know whether you understand this man's point of view.
Yeah.
Yes? All right, it's very different from the first one.
Yeah.
He's saying it's difficult to make friends in the United States, but you've got to try harder. Join clubs, go to folk dances, and that there are people, there are Americans who are interested in other cultures, and they're the kind of people that you should talk to. Is that clear? All right, then I'm going to ask you to write a sentence with the main idea. If anyone has any question, please ask. You know, actually, this is good advice for people going to any new country. You know, that you have to be, you know, sometimes people go to a new country and they complain about the food, you know, and they complain about the weather, and they complain about the government, you know.
Every country.
Every country, right.
So first they have to be boosted. So first of all, they have to be boosted person, because they have to accept the way their lifestyle. Because each country they have different culture.
Exactly, very well put.
They come from different country, and they also have different culture. So when they stay with the American lifestyle, they have to accept more, because their country is very big and large population.
Yeah, they're very good product. And you said, use an important word, a person has to be positive. That's true wherever you go. If you go to any place and you have a negative attitude, you're going to find everything that's wrong.
Because the people they go there, they have to be ready to accept the new things. So they have to learn the new things from American people.
Yes, you know, we had, this is definitely changing subject class, but I don't know if it's in your news, but it was on the American news. A horrible thing happened in the United States. A young man from Australia who went to the United States to play baseball. He was an exceptionally good baseball player, and he was jogging, jogging on the street in a small town in Oklahoma. That's a state out west in the United States. And 3 teenagers who just were bored, probably have a problem, decided to kill someone, and they got in their car and drove down the street, just picked him out and shot him, and he was killed. This happened about 1 or 2 days ago. So it may seem off the subject, but many people in Australia, they said, of course people are shocked, everyone is in the United States too. But the big thing is we have a huge fight in the United States about guns. We have so many guns. And so what the people in Australia said, they want to notify other Australians, think twice, that's an expression, think twice before you go to the United States. Frankly, I'm glad. I hope they make a big thing about not going to this country because of all of the guns. Because many of us are against guns tremendously. I live in New York State, where it's very difficult have a gun, very difficult. In many states, you can put 10 guns in the back of your car and a machine gun, and nobody will bother you. So I hope that this horrible thing that happened to this young man, I think it's fine if people say, be careful if you go to the United States because of all those guns, because they really should do something to change it. So of course, I shouldn't have given you that horrible story about the United States. But it just happened and everybody is so shocked. It's a horrible story. The young man was about 20 or 21 years old.
The bad thing can happen in every country.
Pardon?
The bad story of each country have,
Well,
not only in America.
Well, I think we're probably the worst. I think so.
I think for almost every country of the world.
In Canada, you can't carry a gun. I mean, it's very unusual. You have to, exception.
But most countries they have. Most countries.
Really? In Thailand?
Many countries.
Are there many guns in Thailand?
No. Thai they also have how to say they have like legal the people who own the gun legal.
Oh yeah, that's different, where you have people get a license, but in many states in the United States, anybody can walk into a store, put your money down and buy a gun.
Yeah.
Well, I've gotten you away from the main idea. Does anyone have the main idea?
Yes.
Do you have one more? All right, maybe here.
Difficult customs are not right or wrong. Just opening your mind and make a good relationships.
Okay, very good. Customs are not right or wrong. We have to be open-minded to make relationships. All right. Nadine, do you have one?
Okay, I have one. Study try to learn who are interested in other culture are failing to face a foreigner study. We go to learn over there. We will try any American people interested in culture foreigner, and we can make a friendly with them.
Okay, good. He made that point that when Americans are interested in other cultures,
yes,
you can be friendly with those people.
Yes, we try to learn them too. Them try to learn us too. We become friendly to each other. Not spend time, not a lot, because units are meet the same to each other. It can make friendly to each other quickly. For American, need to know culture, foreigner, non-natives go to learn over there, need to cut culture, American too can match.
Yes, that we learn from each other.
Yes.
True, Nadine. Okay. Bear, do you have yours?
Americans don't show about government you don't talk for Americans impolite.
Okay. Alright, so I understand what you're saying there. You don't tell Americans that they're impolite and that you don't like their government. Yeah, that's true for any place you go, really. Anyone else? Pride, do you have something? Okay, yes, you did the positive thing. Mr. Singh?
Yes. In general, when we go to the new place or the new country, such as American country or Canadian country, and so on, we have to learn about the culture, tradition, right? Everything. I learn, and we adjust ourselves to meet friends, what they like or don't like.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Sid. All right. So that applies to any country you go to.
Any places.
All right. Sue? Oh, that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. All right. I wrote an immigrant to the United States recommends that other foreigners should go to folk dances, international clubs, etc. to meet people. He also recommends that immigrants be positive about American customs and culture. Of course, this applies to any place anybody goes. Okay. Any other question about vocabulary or anything else? All right, now we're going to read about something about customs. So please turn to page 146. Now on 145, the photographs are difficult here because, you know, we copied. But you see all the knives and forks and spoons and so on, they're shown here. This is a ridiculous, you know, no one's ever going to see this kind of a table setting, unless maybe you dine with the Queen of England, I don't know. But you don't usually have this elaborate, this kind of is exaggerated. But the truth is that as far as eating goes, it is very different in different countries, customs. Many people come to Thailand and think that everyone's going to be eating with chopsticks.
Yeah.
Because that's what they associate, you know, with Asia. Even when I came here, and of course I know years ago, fork and spoon, you know, I was concerned about using them correctly. And certainly those of us who've had to learn to use chopsticks have to learn how to use them, you know, correctly. It's not easy. And a lot of things are, is there anything that any of you have observed that's different in Western? Well, you've been in the United States with your daughter. What have you noticed? Anything different in the way people eat, for example?
Yes.
What are the difference you see?
Food, and when I sat on the dinner table, there are many spoon and fork, and knife, and yes.
Yeah, that's different utensils. Yeah, different utensils, and knife, for example. Yeah. Okay, let's read what they say here, and then we can discuss it. All right, I'm going to ask you to repeat the words in the vocabulary. Invitation.
Invitation.
Kindness.
Kindness.
Card.
Card.
Arrive.
Arrive.
Thank.
Thanks.
Finish.
Finish.
Act.
Act.
Late.
Late.
Early.
Early.
Comfortable and uncomfortable.
Comfortable and uncomfortable.
Make a mistake.
Make a mistake.
Let someone know.
Let someone know.
Thank you know.
Thank you, Lord.
Spend time.
Spend time.
All right, I'll read this first, then we'll see if there are questions. Social customs, a dinner party. Dear etiquette, my roommate's family wants me to celebrate Thanksgiving with them in their home. Thanksgiving, you know, is an American holiday.
Yeah.
I accepted the invitation, and I'm excited about going, but I'm a little nervous about it too. The social customs in my country are very different from here, so I'm a little worried about making mistakes. Should I bring a gift, such as candy or flowers? Should I arrive on time or a little late? At the dinner party, how can I know which fork or knife to use? How can I let the family know that I'm thankful for their kindness? Signed, Confused. Dear Confused, it's a good idea to bring a small gift when you go to a dinner party. Flowers are always nice, or you might bring a bottle of wine if you know that the family drinks it. You should arrive on time or 5 to 10 minutes late. Don't get there early. If you're going to be more than 15 minutes late, you should call and tell them. Try to relax at the dinner table. If you're confused about choosing the correct fork, knife, or spoon, just watch the other guests and follow them. If you still have no idea of what to do, don't be shy about asking the person next to you. It's better to ask than to be silently uncomfortable and nervous. If you like the food, say so. Of course, you'll thank the host and hostess for the meal and for their kindness. It's also a good idea to send a card or thank you note the day after. Any question? What do you think? When I was in Myanmar, living in a house with people, we were having the head of the school that I taught in, him and another person, to our house for dinner, and they were Korean. And I was as nervous as this person. So I read about Korean food, and then I asked a couple of Korean students, and fortunately there was a Korean restaurant, so we didn't have to cook everything ourselves. We sneaked it in from the restaurant. But one of the very big differences is, you know, Americans and Europeans tend to eat courses. Like first they'll put out the soup, then they take the dishes away, and then maybe they put out salad. Take it away and then put out. And in Asia, everything comes out together. But I was very nervous about that, getting everything out together, you know? But, so anyway, it worked out okay. But I can really appreciate how it is, a person can be nervous when you don't know what the customs are.
When I know what I make funny, my family and my son-in-law family, and then I do, and I say, where is my chopstick? They laugh.
Is your son-in-law, why is your son-in-law American?
Spanish.
Is he from Spain?
Yeah.
But probably Europeans' customs for eating are more similar to Americans. Yeah.
And they laugh, they say, don't worry.
So did they give you your chopsticks one?
No, they laugh, they say, don't worry. These, okay. Yeah, when I invite the foreigner guests and they can't use the chopstick, I said, don't worry. I said, I said, good manner, not good for my good food. I said, don't use the chopstick.
So you let them eat their rice with a spoon?
I said, my hand or my, up to you. They laugh.
Any question about anything? Would this be a custom in Thailand if you were invited for dinner that you would bring a little gift with you?
Yeah.
In Thailand?
If you're close friend,
then you don't bring anything. I see.
But I do.
But you do?
Yes. Yes. I drink some whiskey, a bottle of whiskey, because my friends like whiskey.
Okay, if they like whiskey. See, they say here, pour a bottle of wine with your friends.
Yeah.
If you know they drink wine.
The same.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you to read then, please. So, Noah, would you please read Dear Etiquette?
Dear Etiquette, my roommate's family wants me to celebrate Thanksgiving with them in their home. I accepted the invitation and I am excited about going. But I am a little nervous about it too. The social customs in my country are very different from here. So I am a little worried about making mistakes. Should I bring a gift, such as candy or flowers? Should I arrive on time or a little late at the dinner table? How can I know which fork or knife to use? How can I let the family know that I am thankful for their kindness?
Okay, good. Sound confused. So Rainbow, would you please read the response? Dear confused.
Dear confused. It's a good idea to bring a small gift when you go to a dinner party. Flowers are always nice. Or you might bring a bottle of wine if you know that the family drinks. You should arrive on time or 5 to 10 minutes late. Don't get there early. If you are going to be more than 15 minutes late, you should call and tell them. Try to relax at the dinner table. If you are confused about choosing the correct fork, knife, or spoon, just watch the other guests and follow them. If you still have no idea of what to do, don't be shy about asking the person next to you. It's better to ask than to be silently uncomfortable and nervous. If you like the food, say so. Of course, you thank the host and hostess for the meal and for their kindness. It's also a good idea to send a card or thank you note the day after.
Bye. See you.
Etiquette.
All right, thank you, Rainbow. Is there any question about anything here? All right, let's read the next one. 147. Dear Miss Kit, I'm going to give a dinner party next month for some Canadian friends. I want my guests to enjoy themselves and to feel comfortable. What's the secret of giving a successful party? Signed, Worried. Dear Worried, cook something that lets you spend time with your guests. If a guest offers to help you in the kitchen, accept the offer. It often makes people feel more comfortable when they can help. Before serving dinner, while your guests make small talk in the living room, offer them drinks. Those who drink alcohol might like liquor or wine, but make sure to provide soft drinks and fruit juice for people who don't. At the dinner table, let your guests serve themselves. Offer them a second serving after they finish, but don't ask more than once or twice. Most guests will take more if they want it. Perhaps the most important rule of all is to be natural. Treat your guests as you want them to treat you when you're in their home. That is, act naturally toward them, and don't try too hard to be polite. Have a good time in a pleasant atmosphere. So what do we say? These two people who go to etiquette, what are they asking for? What do we say? What word does it say? They're asking for advice. They're asking for advice. It's very common in the United States to have columns like this where people write in and say, you know, I'm worried about giving a party, what should I do? Kind of thing. Okay, so would you please read, let's see, that's not right for a while. Porn, do you read? Dear Mr. Kid.
Dear Miss Kid, I am going to give a dinner party next month for some Canadian friends. I want my guests to enjoy themselves and to feel comfortable. What's the secret of giving a successful party. Sign, Wally. Dear Wally, put something that lets you spend time with your guest. If a guest offers to help you in the kitchen, accept the offer. It often makes people feel more comfortable when they can help. Before serving dinner, while your guests make a small talk in the living room, offer them drinks, rose pudding, alcohol wine, light liquor, or wine. But make sure to provide soft drink and fruit juice for people who don't at the dinner table. Let your guests serve themselves. Offer them a second serving after they finish. But not add more than one or twice. Most guests will take more if they want it. Perhaps the most important rule of all is to be natural. Teach your guests as you want them to teach you when you are in their home. That is, act naturally towards them and don't try too hard to be polite. Have a good time in a pleasant atmosphere. Etiquette.
Good. Okay, Mrs. Anan, what does she mean here when she says make small talk? What is small talk?
General
Okay, for example, Mo, what would be small?
Not important.
Not important. Small talk. Not important. Just polite conversation about anything, the weather or the food or how's it. That's small talk. Okay. Any question about anything here? Okay, then I'm going to ask you to read the sentences and tell me true or false. All right, Prot, we'll start with you. The first one, please.
Read.
Yes, please read.
Give the main idea. Right. True or false or impossible to know from the reading on the right.
Okay, I'm glad you read that part. True, false, or impossible to know from the reading.
So write later to etiquette and give advice about the rules and customs. There are no...
No, excuse me. All right, right. Is that one true, false, or I?
Just put
Yeah.